guys, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive in into today's video. Lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this pan-colored woman is actually out to talk about the reason why she treats, black women so special in times of, hospital and all of that. And this got a lot of people reacting to the reasons behind the way at which she attend to black female patient the more compared to that of the people that looks like her. And I actually thought that this conversation is a good one to actually look into, and I was able to put some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll it as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and let's dive into it.
I'm well aware that what I'm about to say could get me in a lot of trouble, but I think it's important enough to say. I'm a labor and delivery nurse, and I treat my black patients differently. I've seen nurses, especially labor and delivery nurses, online saying things like, "I'm colorblind, I don't treat my patients any differently," meaning that they don't treat their black patients worse than they treat their white patients. And here's why it's not enough to be a colorblind nurse in 2023. Because I know that in my specialty, labor and delivery, black women are more likely than any other race to be harmed in pregnancy, childbirth, and beyond. The US is the worst place to have a baby if you're black in the developed world. Why is this not happening anywhere else? Systemic racism. If you don't believe me, just Google James Marion Sims. So not only are black women not believed about their pain, not believed about their symptoms, but also they may put off getting something checked out because they don't trust medical providers for good reason. So here's how I treat my black patients differently. Number one, I don't expect them to inherently trust me because I'm wearing scrubs and a badge, and I don't get offended if they don't. Many black women are coming in to have a baby already having experiences of not being listened to. And until I'm able to prove to them that I'm someone that can be trusted, they shouldn't trust me. More than my white patients, I emphasize the fact that I will always believe them. Yes, my white patients know also that I will believe them, but I really, really drive it home that I promise you that I'm going to believe everything they say. I include every single person in the room who is supporting this patient in a conversation about preeclampsia, even if they don't have it. Because preeclampsia is one of the leading causes of maternal mortality in the United States. And preeclampsia can happen even after you've had your baby. I tell them about the symptoms, and I also tell the support people that if you hear her saying any of these things, make sure that she gets seen. And if when she gets seen, you don't feel like she's being listened to, go somewhere else. I let them know that I'm here to be their birth bouncer, that I'm not going to let anyone do anything to them, only for them and their baby with their permission. I can neither confirm nor deny whether I have slapped a provider's hand away when the patient said no. I don't know anything about that. I have no hard data to back this up, but I have a hypothesis that black women are not being repositioned in labor as much as white women. So my patients know, and I will say this, that I'm going to turn you like a rotisserie chicken, because movement is gold in labor, especially after you have an epidural. If when we have a baby, I don't like the amount of bleeding that I'm seeing, I am early talking to that provider about, hey, what do you think about maybe giving a little bit of Cytotec? What do you think about putting in a Jada? Because postpartum hemorrhage is the leading cause of maternal death. I will always use whatever privilege I have to make sure that my patients are heard. That's why it's so important to treat your black patients differently. And if you're a colorblind nurse, you're part of the problem. Anytime that I talk about black maternal mortality on these interwebs and how we as healthcare providers must treat our black patients differently, there's always a comment like this. Several, actually. And it can be frustrating. That's not even the right word. I don't even have the right word. It can be insert whatever I'm feeling right now to read these comments, because it just proves how much farther we have to go to make sure that black and brown women are treated based on their risk. Because that's what it is, right? Black and brown women are 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, as likely as their white counterparts to have adverse outcomes / death in and around childbirth. So, in seeking to be a bridge, here's what I want to walk through with you. I want to be your gateway drug to wanting to give equitable care. So because you are a nurse, let's walk something out together. Let's say that you are working on a med-surg floor, okay? You've got basic med-surgy type patients, and I give you an admission. And during this admission that I'm giving you, I say, hey, this person is 4 times as likely as all of your other patients to have a heart attack in your care. What are you going to do about that? Would you maybe put them on the monitor? Would you maybe talk to the doctor about drawing some cardiac enzymes? Would you be in more frequently to assess maybe chest pain level or level of consciousness? Would you do those things? Or would you just treat them just like everybody else? It doesn't mean that you're not checking the blood sugar of your diabetic patient. It doesn't mean that you're not measuring the output on your nephrology patient, but it means that you have nursey assessment skills to understand that the risk that someone is carrying around requires different care. And this mentality is just like the all lives matter type of deflection away from the equitable care that our patients need. I give each one of my patients the care that they need and that they deserve. Does it mean that I take care away from the white lady to give to the black lady? No. This is not a pie, okay? There's no pie involved in this. But just like if I assess with my nursey assessment skills that my patient is wearing a hijab, that tells me, hey, there might be some cultural considerations that I need to go the extra mile for on this person. Is she or is she not comfortable with males in the room? Because I know that there's a male anesthesiologist on today. That might become an issue, so let's talk about it now. If I know that my patient, statistically, is less likely to be believed in a healthcare setting, how is that going to affect my care? If I know that my patient is less likely to have her pain adequately managed, how is that going to affect my care? And if you use your nursing assessment skills to recognize that the color of someone's skin automatically puts them at a higher risk, and that doesn't affect your care, you should not be treating people.
Okay, this is I love the point of this video and stuff. But I'm realizing, like, I've had conversations on my Patreon recently about this, and I think this line of thinking is where the information does not translate in like a humanized way, right? Like the 4 times adverse impact, like we aren't carrying the risk. Yes, epigenetics and stuff impacts our bodies, but like the risk is that we are interacting with people that don't believe us, that think we yell louder, that read the books. Like it's the books that tell you we don't know our own pain levels. So when you're saying they're at risk, like we're at risk, it's of interacting with harmful healthcare workers. It's not that we walk, like if healthcare was not based in racism, we wouldn't be carrying around the risk, right? So like, I just want to center where the harm is, who is harmed and how. And it's not that we just walk around like it's not like, oh, we're more likely to experience a heart attack. We're more likely to end up in a place where no one thinks we are at risk for one. So when it happens, everyone is shocked and no one's prepared and no one believes for a long time. And then boom, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what you should be doing is watching your coworkers more. You should be talking more to your coworkers, not paying special attention to the Black people necessarily. I don't think it's wrong. I just think the harm isn't coming from within Blackness. And I think that's kind of the message that gets spread with the whole 3 times, 4 times more likely to experience bad stuff from white people. I think we miss like the silent part of racism is that it's silently in there. You got to find it. That's the problem. It's not the blackness. Blackness doesn't increase our risk. Blackness around white people and white systems designed to oppress us, put us at risk. That's why, like, during segregation, when we had all black teachers, let's just deal with this first. Check out my Patreon. I know Jen doesn't follow me, so like, it kind of almost like reinforces just like my own thing. Check me out. Places.
Beautiful. I love you, and if you're offended by this video, I'll take it down. Just inbox me. But I was gonna make a video very similar to yours. The way that she spoke about it was not taking accountability for her own race. In the context of childbirth, which she used, it was as if something's wrong with black women that need extra care. Now, if it was surrounding bone density, something like that, that is different from other races. We could have worked with that, but not in childbirth. You said everything. Black people are 4 times more likely to die in childbirth, no matter the socioeconomic status and the health status. Meaning that a poor white person is more likely to survive than a rich, healthy black person. It's medical racism. But in the end of the video, you mentioned the white supremacist system, which I agree with, right? But only on one level. It is not just white people who discriminate against us. But if we're talking about the safety of black women during childbirth, we're talking about medical racism towards all black people, right? So to say and only point out white supremacist system, it limits the knowledge of the danger. Yes, white supremacist system put this in place, but it's not just white people that are threatening our lives. And I know when y'all hate when I say I'm against BIPOC unity, but it is a reality you are going to have to live in. And it is not right to limit it to just white people. And you technically didn't exactly do that. You said white supremacist system. But because you didn't say all of it and then just said white supremacist system, people are thinking white. We are in danger from all non-black people. Whether you want to do the unity or not, they have slurs for us in their culture. That is important. That is an issue. Because if there is a slur that is known in their culture, their race, their ethnicity, whatever, it means there's a long-standing belief that black people are inferior. I need y'all to stop playing like your mamas and your grandmamas didn't tell y'all. I'm saying this because I've always talked about this, because I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to give you awareness. I'm sorry, it's not just white people that you are in danger of. When you go in there and you get a non-black provider, if you get a non-black provider, you are going to have to always be on your toes because of how this world was structured to hate black people. That bias is internalized. We are the most hated. We cannot sit here and pretend we're not. White people are not our only threat in the medical field. And all of you know it. 10 out of 10.
Like seriously, lovelies, this medical emergencies is just the order of the day, and it's something that have been going on for a very very long time. And I like the fact that this pan-colored woman decided to bring up the topic in order to trash it out and actually know the real cause, which everyone knows, and also to have solutions to it. you know Sometimes I actually used to also post some videos here about how black people or black women most especially have been treated in the past, and the way at which in the medical field they are seen as people with a kind of superpowers, all because of something that was done in the past. Which this famous pan-colored gynecologist performed an operation on a black woman without anesthesia, and this black lady, who happens to be an enslaved woman, escaped through. She survived it, beared all the pain, and she actually put to bed. And because of this, there have been so many false research that talked about how black women most especially absorb pain, maybe because of the color of the skin. And a lot of fake narrative have been there talking about how black people, maybe because of the way at which their skin color is, they absorb pain. The pain, like they can tolerate pain so much. And this is the reason why a lot of black women have been having problems, coupled with healthcare agencies, with that of some research that was said that black women tolerate pains. There are some video that I have actually put up here, some stitches that I put up here, talking about where women share their experiences, especially in childbirth, the way at which they are neglected, and the way at which they are not given so much attention, all because that they felt okay, you can sort yourself, and also Ray and sis. And because of this, a lot of people have refused to actually understand what black people have been complaining for a very long time. And when I came across this video, like by this pan-colored woman, I think she is actually a woman that works in this medical field and all of that, and she came out to talk about how she often try to treat black women in a different way, like in a special way or something, because of the historical background that has to do with medical record of black women being on a high percentage to actually lose their lives in terms of childbirth compared to that of other race, compared to especially pan-colored women. Like the other sisters say that a rich black woman also is in the risk of losing it, or compared to a poor pan-colored woman. So this is actually a systematic thing, a systematic reasons that have been there, that have been put in place to always subdue black women. There is a research that actually show that in a black community in which the doctors and nurses and all of that are actually black people, black nurses, black doctors, black women tend, or black skinned people tend to survive more. There is a high chances of survival compared to that of there is none. So this research and all of that made this first pan-colored woman that I stitched and stitched and stitched, talked about how she preferred to treat black people in a special way because of this historical aspect of faith. But because of that, some people came for her in her comment section talking about how, oh, so it is not all about color and race and all of that, which these sisters that actually stitched her video is trying to correct something. Because I understand what the large sister I stitched her video is trying to say. She was talking about how she is making it look as if a black woman actually have a kind of illness or something that need a special attention, all because she's a black woman. No, she was supposed to made it like the way at which it is, like the system, the system itself have already put in place, like making black women to be in a high risk of losing it all. It's not as if black women have have some type of illness that need a special attention. So I think every other person is actually right in this video. It's just the way at which the understanding goes. Anyway, for me personally, I think that the system itself already is not favorable. It's not favorable to black women, and this has been there for a very long time. It only need a collective, a collective measures in order for this system to be abolished. And we hope, by the grace of God, black women will still be treated fairly. There is this video that I staged one time about a 36-year-old woman who lost it all because of a diagnosis that is like she said that she's been having this ovarian cancer or something. She went to the hospital. The doctor was like, okay, it's just fibroid. Like, they don't actually take black women cases seriously. They only take it serious when they knew that, oh, this is at, like, when you just have a slim chance to survive. Like, seriously. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes, so please subscribe, leave your thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload it.
And watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, share this video, leave your thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.